How are y'all doing today? Oh, it's just so quiet in here. What a freaking great convention. I mean, this is an awesome space. This is great. This is huge. Y'all got a great deal on it. I bought one of these cups. I said I'd mention this cup when I came up here, so I bought the cup. So, taxation is theft. It's a great cup. If you ever run for office, get elected in office, and sit in some of these meetings and get televised, make sure you have your fancy taxation is theft cup right there on the podium or wherever you're speaking at. So, done by, oh my goodness, Defy the Power. Am I right on that? That did it. Defy the Power. There's some cups back there. Make sure y'all pick one up. I just bought my first one. Appreciate y'all having me out. Very excited to be here today. I usually write speeches and stuff like that. Ron Paul, who's a big advocate, for libertarianism, and probably a lot of you out there came in for that reason. Others came in for different reasons, but we all had our reasons. Mine was very unique as I come from the right side of the aisle, so I was, very pro-American, more freedom. And what I found out through several life experiences is freedom is a word that is abused. What people call freedom isn't technically freedom at all. It's just it's a sales pitch for our atrocities that we do as a country. The limitations on freedom is really what we do when we slap the sticker freedom on top of limitations of freedom. So back in 2013, I was very frustrated with a lot of things going on in our government, and I'm actually a veteran, and I served overseas in 2004, 2005. And one thing near and dear to my heart are soldiers and service members, and it's just something that's my drive. That's why I'm here. The guys who gave their lives for me, I'm here to promote that idea of freedom that we didn't get a chance to fight for. So I get to fight for it every single day and continue that legacy. But in 2013, you may remember an incident where the federal government came in. They decided to shut down our memorials. On top of that, during a time of war, they stopped paying out death benefits to service members. People who were dying, they were like, you know what, we're having a little stalemate with each other, so we're not going to, the life insurance you've been paying for, we're not going to give it to your widows and your family, and people who literally are suffering because of this, and they stopped it. So me and a few buddies of mine, most of them were veterans, we all served together overseas, got in a vehicle, went up to D.C., and this is like my first activist movement. We just went ape shit. We started tearing down barricades, and lo and behold, there were other people there doing the same exact thing. And we took back the World War II Memorial, went up to Lincoln Memorial. We're literally getting in fist fights with cops, like putting cops on the ground, taking their shit, giving it to whoever was around them, and then moving and moving and moving. And I was just like, you want to talk about a high you will never have, other than probably combat, was that moment. And it changed my life. From there, I said, you know what, I'm done with the two-party system. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It is a duopoly. It's a joke. And I got involved. I wrote my own political message. I said, I'm starting my own party. And then people start coming up to me, and you all kind of know me now, but you didn't know me back then. They were like, Cole, you're a libertarian. I think you're a libertarian. I said, no, man, I'm not a libertarian. Look at pot smoking hippies. I am not a libertarian. And people know me now. They think I'm hot smoking hippies. So I've turned into that guy. So that, and the more and more I wrote this doctrine, the more and more people were like, you need to just read the platform. It's not the Republican platform. It's not the Democrat platform. It's very small. I read this thing, and I'm like, shit, I'm a libertarian. I apologize for the language today, so. But anyways, so I found out, all right, well, this is where I belong. This is what I want to embrace. This is a part of me. This is a vehicle I can jump in to move the ball forward, to take care of these atrocities that are happening to my brothers and sisters. And in doing so, I started to learn about atrocities happening to other people. Wait, some of these people don't think like me. There's other people in the Libertarian Party that think differently than me. That was an absurd concept. But then I started listening, because these people started listening to me, and they're disagreeing with me respectfully, saying, you know what, well, I get where you're coming from on this, Cole, but why do you feel this way? And they would speak openly with me. And let's take one issue, immigration. 2016, I'm going to raise my hand, pro-wall. That was me, 2016. 2021, you don't have anyone more anti-wall than me. What it took for me to get to that position was patience and dialogue. Someone found out, what is my driver? Well, Cole's a Bill of Rights guy. He likes the Bill of Rights. He adheres to the Bill of Rights. That is what he respects. That's what he fights for. Okay, Cole, show me in the Bill of Rights where immigration is a federal issue.
Show me in the Constitution
where immigration is a federal issue.
Still can't find it.
Switched my thinking around. Then I started digging into other issues that I have just been my whole life told you should believe this way because this is what's pro-America. You should believe this way because this is what's pro-America. And again, I love my country. This is, to me, in my opinion, the best country in the world. I hate my government. I absolutely hate my government. There is the American empire, and there is the American individual. And I fight for the American individual. Moving along a little bit forward, I decided, okay, I'm going to go a little bit less activist, and I'm going to jump on the bandwagon of politics, because we need to make something happen. We can scream all day, we can win these daily battles, take all this stuff down, but they're going to come right back and do the same shit. So how are we going to do this? So I got involved with the party. We decided to kind of develop the Libertarian Party of Tennessee, a little bit less focused on national issues and more focused on local issues. We also decided that we weren't going to get really involved in national issues. Who here's tired of the national libertarian drama? I mean, we're all tired of that. We don't care. It's non-existent to us. Who here thinks the federal government can be saved? I don't see any hands on that one. I don't either. Let's face this reality. We're not going to save the federal government. But where can we make a change? And we can make a change in our own local governments where we live right now. And right now, I don't want to say I'm doing that because I'm not. I'm just a figurehead. That's it. I'm nothing. I am submit to the will of the people. I am there to serve. And we cannot go run for offices and then get into offices and act like the monster we're out there fighting. So the first thing is you got to go out and you got to win an election first. Winning an election requires work, and it's not about you. You do got to put on a face, but it's about an idea. It's about promoting an idea and involving your constituents, making sure that they know, and then also sticking to those promises. But once you win that election, you got to actually go in there and govern. And guess what you're going to do? It might offend a libertarian or two, because you have to play a little bit of ball with these guys. Do you have to compromise on your principles? Hell no. Don't ever compromise on your principles. But you got to get in there and start playing ball with them. And what's going to happen is people will see you're trying to play their game, and they don't like that you got in and that you're playing their game and that it's actually working. And so what they're going to do is they're going to take the ball away. And then you get to a point, which is where I am right now currently. I'm at a point where I'm at a stalemate with my council. I go to my council meetings. I know exactly how I'm going to vote. I'm very transparent. We work very hard to get more media coverage on our council meetings. That happens. So the cool part is it's not about me. It has nothing to do with me. Everyone gets to see the transparency now of what really goes on behind these closed doors, all out in the open. And you get to call them out on it, because you get in this office and they all are like, hey, welcome to the club. You're one of us now. Welcome to the club. You're one of us now. I'm not one of you. I'm not one of you. What you're going to grow up to be, is you're going to grow up to be someone that kills my friends when you advance in politics. I am not one of you. I am here to fight your tyranny. And I'll do it in a respectful manner when it's called for. I need to work on my respect factor, I think. Sometimes I get lit up on these guys. But we got to move the ball forward. And it comes to a point where I've almost stopped speaking to my city council, because they've already made up their mind as well. Their mission has no longer been to rule over people or tell people what to do or sit in their positions of prestige.
And
I'm a city council member. Look at them and worship them.
they're now fighting.
Their whole mission is to get me the hell out of there. I'm exactly what I want to be. I'm surrounded on all sides. On top of that, my wife ran for county commission in our nice town, and she won too. So we also, in our county, Smith County, we have a Libertarian county commissioner, we have a Libertarian city council member, and all of a sudden, all these people are starting to look at this stuff, saying, "Hey, this is working. That's a decent idea. I don't have the right to tell someone how to live their life. I don't have the right to tell someone what they need to do, and the big fights that we have right now is, property tax deductions. Sitting here pointing out, hey, we have the highest property tax in the entire county here in Carthage. Fighting that fight, 5-1 against it, but it came up. We did actually win the Second Amendment sanctuary city fight. It's a red state, so that was a little bit easier to do. You would think it would be the same with taxes, but forest spend, tax spend, whatever. These are areas that we've been hitting really hard and getting people more and more involved to where they're starting to ask questions, what political affiliation is. And now you all sit here and say, well, we got to promote our brand and we got to promote libertarianism. And you're right, we do. But sometimes promoting a brand isn't selling that brand name, but it's selling what's underneath that brand name. And the idea, when you sell that idea first before you sell the brand, that idea takes a hold. And it's not your idea anymore. You're not convincing anyone to do anything. It's their idea. And there's nothing you can do to hold them back. We probably have, unknowingly, more libertarians in our county, I'm going to put this challenge out there, per capita, than any other county in the state of Tennessee. Because people are fired up. They're starting to run for office. They're like, man, we got an election coming up in a year and a half. We've got to change some stuff. This is a joke. And it is.
But we also have to
recognize that we are in the Libertarian Party to play politics. We need the activism, yes. But it's not good to confuse the two. Activism has a purpose and a place, and it needs to be very heavily watched in a way that's positive. So our activism needs to get results on the activist front, and then we need to realize that the political results are there as well. We're allies in this, and sometimes we switch back and forth, and sometimes we can combine. But we need to make sure that politics aren't stepping on the activists, and the activists aren't stepping on the politics, or we run into this crap show we keep seeing happening over and over and over and over. And what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. What we need to be doing as a party is we need to be running for local offices, making local changes, and changing the population to see what liberty is. Because if they don't see liberty in action, they're going to keep voting for the same two parties that, this party does this over here, this party does this over here. And you'll point it out to these people, hey, it's the same thing. They're doing the same exact thing, but they're so ingrained in not seeing a third option that they're going to keep doing that. We've got to give them that third option, and we've got to do it at the local level. These higher level positions, you want to play that game at a higher level before you even come into the local level, it's not going to happen. There is so much pressure just in a little town city that when you come into that higher level, you have no effect. You've got to learn how to play this game and learn how to actually, I take that back. You need to learn how to play this game and not play the game. You need to change the game. Because if you play the game with them, they're going to take the ball away. If you change the game, they don't know what to do. Shoot, move, communicate. Shoot, move, communicate. That's what we learn in the Army. That's what we learn in the Marines, right? And it's always about finding your target, hitting it, communicating what's going on, moving the next position, hitting it, and don't stop moving. The good thing about the Libertarian Party is that we're small. It's a great thing. We're faster, we're more effective, we're more elite than these big parties, because they got to go through all these stacks of paperwork and stacks of paperwork and stacks of strategies and this and that and the other. But we're fast and elite. Why do you think we're a threat? Why are they killing us? Because they are. and we all know it, and we're sitting here watching it happen, and what can we do about it? And right now, there's not much we can do about it, except talk about it and get people to realize it. So we are in the battle for minds and hearts right now, and we can't do it by talking, we have to do it by acting. And we can't act on it if we aren't getting people in the office. We need to get people in the office. Personally, I'm an anarchist. I don't do whatever I want to do. That's my personal political philosophy. That applies to me. As an anarchist, my anarchy applies to me. I can't force that on other people. I can do what, I can promote it here and there, but it's a scary word to the general populace, and I'm not going to win votes doing that. Now, I can show it, because anarchy is volunteerism. And I live in a state that's known as the volunteer state. So it's a state of anarchy anyway. It's just a scary word for it. And it's neat to show people what it truly is without scaring them off on it. So anyways, all that to be said, make sure I cover all my notes here.
We are here
as individuals, but this is not about something that is individual. This is something about all of us, and we are trying to save a nation right now that is just going down the tube. Not save what the nation was, with the nostalgic idea of it, but to save what it can be. And we're here to fight for what it can be. I appreciate y'all coming out tonight, or today, and it's going to be a good day. We've got lots of great people here. Spike's here, Adam's here, my wife's here. So thank you all for having me up. I'm going to wrap this up and turn it over again here to the Cajun Libertarian. So thank you all very much.
I'm getting a gift. Real quick, yeah, this is a
very good. All right. Quick story, and I'm going to wrap it up, Vicki, I promise. Let me show you this shirt real quick. I guess this is the conversation starter in my restaurant. I'm that out of order libertarian. I got kicked out of a city council meeting and let out by the police the other day. So, my mayor has this gavel and she slams down constantly, screaming at me. She's like, "You're out of order, you're out of order." I'm like, "No, you're out of order. I got the floor. We're libertarians. We know Robert's Rules of Order. That's all we know." So anyways, y'all have a good day. Thank you.